Hello, I'm Julia and I'm a Turkish teacher. And I came to Turkey 6 years ago as a student. And many don't know, but I have been a part of a Türkiye Bursları Scholarship and I have learned Turkish for free and then studied in Turkish university for master's degree. And every year, the scholarship program opens registrations around January, February. And this year, they have prolonged the application process for a couple of days, so you still have opportunity to apply. This is an amazing scholarship program, which I don't know if any other alternative like this exists in the world, where they cover everything from flight tickets, your residence permit application, your dormitory, your scholarship, your tuition fee, and your insurance, and help you with basically everything you can think about when studying in a foreign country. So it makes it much, much easier to come and actually live and study in a foreign country, which is really hard. And I was lucky to be chosen those years ago. And now I'm a Turkish teacher, and I've learned Turkish in 1 year from A1 to C1 because it is one of the requirements of of this program. So let's start from the beginning, and I'm going to tell you about this program. But I want to point out that I do not help with applications because it just depends on so many things whether you get or do not get the scholarship. And the application process has changed so much since I have applied, and maybe the rules have as well. But I just wanted to tell my experience and that it is worth trying. And I thought that I would not be able to get it, and I did. And yeah, I'm gonna tell all about. So first of all, it is a program which, as I said, covers a lot of things, including insurance, residence permit, your dormitories, and gives you extra scholarship for that, and also teaches you Turkish. And even if your studies are going to be in English, that is a requirement of the program for you to learn Turkish from A1 to C1 in 1 year. But of course, they provide the courses and everything. So first of all, you need to go to their website and register. Then you fill out application form about yourself, about your family, about their jobs, and there are a lot of questions, but you just need some copies of your transcripts, of your maybe some awards you have. Anything you have can be good. Like I even uploaded some of my dancing competition like certificates and everything. And the dream of mine was to study in Turkey because I love this country and I loved it then. And it was such an amazing opportunity in general. It was it was too good to be true actually to be able to do that. So I decided to give it a try. It was my fourth year in the university in Ukraine. And I decided to fill out that form. So I sat and I looked, what do I need? Some information you just, straightly can log inside and everything is great. But for bachelor students, I'm not sure. I applied for master's degree. And for master's degree, for example, the thing I struggled with the most was letters of recommendations from your professors at the university. It's good if you have someone you know because you have only 5 days left to apply. And the site has been struggling with all the applications, but maybe you still have a chance to apply this year. So it's your chance. And you need two letters of recommendations from your professors in order to be considered, as far as I remember, to be a master's degree student. So that was one of the requirements I lacked, and I had to go to my university. And uh, Behit, I did not graduate at the time of the application. So you need transcripts of your studies, and if you didn't, again, graduate yet, because I haven't at the time. And then you upload them as well. And you do not need translations as far as I remember. You just need them. I think you don't need translations as far as I remember. Again, check that information. And then you upload a photograph and letter of intent. That's also one of the important things. And I really wrote from my heart. Like some people would ask me, what do you recommend I write in my letter of intent? Could you please take a look and tell me if it's good? It's good as long as you pour your soul into it. So basically, as a master's applicant, you need to think about your thesis project. It doesn't have to be this thesis program project name in the end, but you need to think of something as a master's potential master's degree student and write them a small summary of your project. And what I did, I have written down the program was I was so passionate about. It was about disabled children, and my major was in hospital and healthcare administration. And I was really passionate about helping kids with disabilities and building some place for them to study along with normal children. And that's what my project was about, which I wrote about, and it wasn't my master's thesis in the end, but I was passionate about it. So basically, what they want in their applicants is for them to be passionate, willing to learn, willing to study, willing to go through all the struggles which life will throw your way, because learning Turkish in a foreign country is hard. And they need to be sure that you are motivated enough to survive this, actually, because it is mentally challenging, and not everyone can do that. So that's when I was applying, I knew I can. But also, what I warn you, you need to have some choices. You need to have some options. You like second after you fill out the form and send your application to the commission, you wait for around 4 months, I guess. In May, they have replied with the letter of invitation to an interview in Ukraine, actually, which I am from Ukraine. And I went to that interview, and they have like had a lot of participants there. They were from different kind of degrees, such brilliant people, and you have to compete with them. And you understand that. Some were studying chemistry, international relationships. You were like, whoa. And actually, interesting thing, like some of them I knew actually got in. Like I later soon, like I saw them in Istanbul and other cities, the people I was in interviews with together. And pay attention that bachelors during the interviews, which happened around like May, June, July, in different countries, the Rise Commission actually travels to your countries to interview you. It's the second step of those missions. And so that's why it changes according to the country, because they travel literally around the world with this commission. And this interview actually was really nerve-wracking, but such an interesting experience. I just joked with him about the Game of Thrones. Like last season came out that time, sixth season. I don't know if it's last. And I was like, joking about that with them. I was explaining them what is a gold medal, which in our post-Soviet countries we get for like the highest performance in high school. And they were like, "What is this medal for?" And it was so funny, but yeah, I guess they liked me because in August I received a letter of acceptance to Istanbul University. And yeah, so it worked out for me. I went and I studied and I learned Turkish and I enjoyed it. There are a lot of things to that story. I may need a couple of parts to this video. For example, COVID happened during my first year of studies, and I lived in a fully Turkish dormitory with only 6 foreigner students, which were in my group learning Turkish with me. It was a wild adventure, but it was the best year of my life. Still, yet to this day, because it was such a nice experience. And I really wish you luck. And I made this video in order for you to try it out, to know that you have this chance and you have a chance to apply. And it may be like short notice, but who knows? maybe some of you will get a scholarship. So that's why I'm posting it, and I'm hoping for the next generation applying, you will benefit from it. And by the way, I cooperate with a company which helps applying to Turkish universities with partial scholarships. And if you would like to also try out this opportunity, you can DM me university on Instagram for a free consultation where we will tell you which universities we work with according to your specialty and city you would like to study in. We can find some options for you and to help you with the application. That's what company I cooperate works with. So, yeah, I wish you good luck